Sarah had been a nurse for 6 years, accustomed to the quiet hum of the hospital's third shift. St. Mary's was an old building, its corridors lined with faded linoleum and flickering fluorescent lights. The night shift was usually calm. Patients slept, monitors beeped rhythmically, and the occasional call button broke the silence. But one night in late October, something felt off. At 2:37 a.m., Sarah was charting at the nurse's station when she heard a faint shuffle from the hallway. The sound was distinct, like soft footsteps dragging across the floor. She glanced up, expecting to see a patient wandering from their room, but the corridor was empty. The lights buzzed faintly, casting long shadows that seemed to stretch unnaturally. She dismissed it as fatigue. Night shifts played tricks on the mind, everyone knew that. But 10 minutes later, the shuffling returned, closer this time. Sarah stood, her sneakers squeaking against the floor as she peered down the hall. Nothing, just the sterile glow of the lights and the distant hum of a ventilator. "Anyone there?" she called, her voice echoing slightly. No response. She returned to her charts, but her unease grew. The hospital had its stories, whispers of a shadow man seen by staff over the years, a figure that appeared in the periphery, never fully visible. Sarah had always laughed off the tales, chalking them up to sleep deprivation and overactive imaginations. At 3:15 a.m., the call button for room 312 lit up. Sarah frowned. Room 312 was empty. The patient had been discharged that morning. She checked the system to confirm. No one was assigned to the room. Assuming a glitch, she grabbed her flashlight and headed down the hall. The air grew colder as she approached room 312. The door was slightly ajar, which was odd. Hospital protocol required all unoccupied rooms to remain closed. She pushed it open, her flashlight beam cutting through the darkness. The room was empty, just as she expected. The bed was stripped, the monitors off, and the window tightly shut. But the air felt heavy, like someone had just been there. As she turned to leave, she caught a glimpse of movement in the corner of her eye. A tall, indistinct shape in the hallway, gone as soon as she turned. Her heart pounded. She stepped into the corridor, shining her flashlight in both directions. Empty. Back at the nurse's station, Sarah checked the security cameras. The hospital's outdated system only covered the main entrances and a few hallways, but the corridor outside room 312 was visible. She rewound the footage to 3:15 a.m. and watched. At first, nothing, just the empty hallway, bathed in flickering light. Then, at 3:17 a.m., a shadow moved across the screen. It was tall, vaguely humanoid, but its edges were blurred like smoke. It lingered for a moment, then vanished.